Hello everyone, I hope everybody's doing well, and welcome to another episode of The Fragrance Specialist. Today, I'm going to review a fragrance from the house of Zara, and that is Red Vanilla. As I promised guys, I was going to do this as part of a special review because this scent is really a very interesting fragrance that will change many perspectives when it comes to Zara fragrances. Because this is a really special fragrance, to me at least, and the smell itself is just mind-blowing. So let me just tell you some facts about this scent. Now, how did I discover this scent? Well, after I bought my Rich, Warm and Addictive fragrance, I decided to broaden my Zara collection and try to discover new scents. So what I did is I went to Fragrantica and I went on the database where they had all the Zara fragrances ever produced, and I went through the list and tried to find the latest collection all the way from, let's say, 2015 up to 2017. So I came across a unisex scent. So I clicked on that fragrance, which is obviously Red Vanilla, and I saw the note breakdown. And I must say that if this note breakdown really does reflect how the fragrance smells, then I just found a really terrific fragrance. And I must say I was not disappointed at all. Pretty much the notes do in fact reflect the smell on this fragrance. In terms of a perfumer, I haven't found a perfumer for this scent, unfortunately. As you know, Zara fragrances have anonymous perfumers, but I've discovered that Zara fragrances are owned by Puig. So Puig is a Spanish company, so I think this is like the parent company when it comes to fragrances. So Puig does produce fragrances for Zara. So this fragrance is going to be a very interesting video. I'm trying to cover everything. So let's start off with the presentation for Red Vanilla. So as you can see, this is the box right here. Very simple box. If you're wondering about the color, maybe it's not very visible to you guys. It's sort of like a pink, but a dark shade of pink. Almost like a very light purple, but it's sort of like a dark pink color. The box itself has some light texture to it, some sort of like a embossed feel all around. As you can see, right in the middle you have Zara Red Vanilla. This is the 100 ml bottle. This fragrance also comes in 200 ml if you're wondering if there's other sizes, but I highly recommend you to get the 100 ml. I'll get to that later. At the top you also have Zara, but I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Nothing on the sides. At the back also you got just some writing at the very bottom. At the bottom of the box you have your batch code, which is right here. Then you have your barcode and some information. Now here's one of the good things about this scent. The bottle itself is just beautiful. It's just very nice. The feel of the bottle, the color of the bottle, the shape of the bottle, everything about the bottle, my opinion, is just wonderful. So here it is. I must say this is a gorgeous bottle. Really is. So as you can see, you've got Zara Red Vanilla. Just the color of the bottle does reflect how this scent smells. Just red. At the cap itself, it says Zara, and actually it's engraved in the cap. The cap comes out really easily. Now the spray itself has like a light matte finish of gold, so it's a matte gold finish. It's not like a polished or metallic. It's just matte, but with a very light gold color. The sprayer itself is black, as you can see, and this one, the distribution is very similar to Rich, Warm and Addictive. Same sprayer pretty much. the cap clicks on into place very easily, but I highly recommend you when you pick up this bottle to pick it up from the bottle itself because it's very heavy. The bottle is very heavy. At the bottom you have your sticker, and that's pretty much the presentation. So moving on to the smell now. Let's dissect the notes really quick. Okay, so the notes that consist in this fragrance are pear, blackcurrant, iris, vanilla, praline, patchouli, and tonka. Now, what do you get at the initial spray when you spray red vanilla? The first thing you notice is this beautiful, juicy, refreshing, a little bit fizzy blackcurrant note, and this is just outstanding. The first few minutes of this scent, they just uplift you, they take you to a whole new world, and this is like one of the most refreshing scents I've ever came across, really. And this is one of those fragrances that you should enjoy for yourself rather than enjoy let the others, enjoy the scent. This is for you. This is the sort of scent that you would sit down, spray on your skin, and just, have a connection with this scent. It really is. And this note is pretty much the dominant note in this scent, the blackcurrant scent, the blackcurrant note. It's a very refreshing, crisp, and very authentic blackcurrant smell. And this is something that I've just was like very surprised when it comes to this fragrance from Zara that smells very, natural. This is not synthetic whatsoever. From the first initial blast until the end, this scent is very smooth, very natural, and just outstanding. Now, after you get that blackcurrant smell, what happens is the blackcurrant remains in the entire fragrance, but it goes in the background a little bit. But its presence in the entire fragrance, like this lasts all the way from the start to the finish. What happens is, after that, initial spray, when you hit the mid notes, you get that praline. But this is not the sort of praline that you would find in Black Excess, that very milky, chocolatey vibe. This is a very, smooth, toned down praline. You do get it, but the blackcurrant overtakes all the notes in this scent. But you do detect that praline. Now, as far as the vanilla, because it is part of the name, surprisingly, I don't get any vanilla from this scent. Now, tonka is listed in the notes, and I think it's the tonka that's adding that sort of vanilla sweetness. But it's not vanilla, because I know how vanilla smells, because I have tons of vanilla scents and they're all different vanillas. And I don't get vanilla out of the scent whatsoever, which is very surprising in my opinion. Now, another thing about this scent, when you get the red tropical fruits, another thing is that this fragrance, as the name implies, is like a red tropical scent. And I will get to the tropical part in a bit, but this is like a red fruit fragrance. Now, something that you should be aware of when it comes to this scent, this is classified as unisex, but when it comes to purchasing this scent from Zara, it is located in the women's section. So if you want this scent, go to the women's section. You won't find it in the men's section. I really get why they put it in the women's section, because this fragrance at the very start, it smells like a perfume. But if you spray it a couple of times, you will notice that this is a unisex scent. But at the very start, and if you have a friend that smells this and he doesn't know, he's not into fragrances, he will immediately refer to this scent as a woman's scent. But for those who have an advanced nose and have been collecting for a long time, and experience with fragrances, they will notice that this is a unisex scent in the long run. And this is the case with this scent. Now moving on to the tropical part, or the more like a green element of this scent. One of the notes is patchouli and iris and pear. So these three notes, let's talk about these. Patchouli, I do get the patchouli, but for me what I get is sort of like a rose petal smell. If you ever smelled a rose, when you smell the rose like near the center or on the petals, you know, the petals of a flower, I get a rose petal smell, not a rose scent, but like a rose petal smell. And I'm talking about the pink roses, not the red roses, because the red roses, out of all the other roses, have a very intense smell. But I'm talking about the pink rose. A pink rose have a very watery, sort of a lily of the valley smell. It's a watery green smell, and this is exactly what I get from this scent. I don't get patchouli because I know patchouli is a pretty potent green note, but in this case, the patchouli for me is giving this pink rose petal smell. And I must say this fragrance is perfect for spring. Really is. This is an outstanding scent, and I had to make a review on this because I want to spread the word in the fragrance community about the scent, because it really is a very nice, smooth, relaxing scent. And in terms of the pear, I really don't get pear, but I know why they included it in the notes, because it is referred, the note itself is similar to what I just explained about the rose petal smell and the green elements. So I think the pear could be part of this smell, aroma. And what else is available on the notes? Iris. I don't get iris. Like we all associate iris with Dior Homme and Valentino Uomo and these sort of scents, but in this case I really don't get any iris from this fragrance. And this is a scent that I highly recommend everyone to get. It's just a spectacular release, and by the way, the year of release, this is 2015. 2015 is the release date for this scent. My batch is a 2016 batch, and I highly recommend you guys to get the 2016 batch, not the 2017, because I've tested both of these formulas, and I've noticed that the 2016 batch is more intense and the performance is much better. And this leads me to the rating system. Now, in terms of longevity and projection, I've tested this scent for a couple of days. I must say the longevity on this scent is incredible, and I'm talking about the 2016 batch. Projection is very decent for the first 2 hours. It projects within an arm's length. In terms of versatility, I would recommend this scent in spring and during the night, so spring nights. I don't recommend it in the summer because it can be a little bit, potent and may offend others. And when it also, part of the versatility is that this scent is not a safe scent. So you have to test this fragrance and see if this is something you can wear and not be uncomfortable, wearing this in public. And it's very likely that someone will compliment you and say, are you wearing a perfume, or are you wearing a woman's fragrance? It's very likely that you will get this sort of compliment. But this is a scent for someone who's like open-minded, not like a tough person, with who drives a bike or something. This is not the case with this scent. This is an open-minded person. For me, I wear this scent inside my house or at home. I don't feel very comfortable wearing it outside yet, but for me this is like a nighttime relaxing scent, and I really do enjoy it when I'm just on some quiet time. I really put this on and it works perfectly. In terms of price, because a lot of people associate Zara with price. This is an outstanding price. We're looking about, I don't know, $10 to $15, I think. So yeah, it's a perfect fragrance all around. Everything, there's not a flaw in this scent as far as I'm concerned. So I really highly recommend everyone to get their nose on this scent. Please check it out, and I hope you really like this scent, because this is a very unique scent in my opinion. Although it's compared to another woman's fragrance, I can't remember the name, but this is like supposed to be a duplicate of a fragrance from the house of Lancôme. But I really don't care at this stage. I judge what I have in front of me. This scent is outstanding. Please check it out, and I hope you found this review useful. And thank you again for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.